February is here, and spring has begun to show its sleepy head in our village. Today is the 1st of February, which marks the Celtic festival of Imbolc, as well as the Christian festivals of St. Bridget's Day and Candlemas. All three festivals celebrate light and life coming back to the land, and are traditionally celebrated with feasting and fire. In my own little celebration of spring returning, I decided to make some candles to light up the evenings, a reminder to enjoy these dark, slow evenings as they will soon be gone and the busyness of spring will return. I had some old wax left over from previous candles that we lit at Christmas. I used this along with some containers I've been collecting for a while. This year I hope to start making hand-poured and hand-dipped beeswax candles regularly. to see a spring flower in our own garden, but we have got plenty of beautiful green shoots, and I cannot wait for the spring season that is to come. So I thought that we would catch up a little bit, do a bit of a knit and chat with a bit of a catch-up session. Pearl has just flopped on top of me, making it actually quite difficult to do my knitting, but never mind. I am again filming in a different location. I'm not using any light, just natural light, so it might all start to look a bit funny whilst I get to grips with all of this. New filming locations and new style of filming, so just bear with me. Thank you all for the love on the last video. This is a new style of vlog that I'm hoping to start doing this year. I'm hoping to share it with you quite regularly. We'll see how things go, but yeah, I'm hoping to do at least one vlog a month, maybe even two, just sort of following my handmade, homegrown and slow life. So yeah, hope you have enjoyed it so far. So I'm currently working on the Moby sweater, which I've been working on since the beginning of January, so it's the 1st of February today. It's a new month, happy in bulk. And yeah, I'm just whittling away on the first sleeve. This has been a real treat of a project, I'm not gonna lie. I have actually, I'm gonna try and move, put Pearl's on top of me. I have really enjoyed, she's just like sat on my cardigan. I have really enjoyed working on this jumper. This is a gift for my husband. It was our 7-year wedding anniversary in January, and traditionally in the UK for 7 years you give a gift of wool. So of course this is like my time to shine. So I have been knitting him this jumper that he asked for. He's been asking for a like natural undyed wool, like fisherman, he keeps calling it a fisherman jumper, which I know what he means. He means like a gansey, like a traditional cable knit sweater. He's been asking for one of those for a really long time. So I thought I'd better get around to it. I tend to knit him one garment a year because it takes such a long time to knit for men, so that's sort of his quota. But I would say that, you know, like last year the jumper that I knit him was the first jumper that was actually like really nice, really good quality. He gets a lot of compliments on it at work, which is quite nice. In fact, somebody at work said to him, "Oh, I think I've got that sweater but the crew neck version," and he was like, "No you don't, my wife made it," which is really nice. So yeah, hopefully he'll get lots of
compliments on this one. We've been laughing because one of his work colleagues, she and I are friends, and she is also a knitter, and she really wants to knit a Moby sweater, and we were saying that she should knit one that she can then wear to work and they can match at work, like little matching uniform Moby sweaters. But yes, I am knitting this in Drops Lima, which is an alpaca and wool mix, and I am loving it. This is the second time I have used this yarn. So I've used this yarn to make myself a hat, and I really loved it because when I looked at the percentages of the fibres, it's the same percentage as Drops Alpaca Soft DK, which is one of my absolute favourite not Drops, Rowan. It's one of my absolute favourite yarns to work with. I'm a really big fan of alpaca as a fibre in general because it's just so soft. So I really like working with alpaca, and yeah, I've knitted with Rowan Alpaca Soft DK a couple of times. I was very lucky to be gifted a few projects from Mode at Rowan with both of them were actually in that yarn. One of them was for my husband last year, the was it the Gandhi sweater, I think it was called. But yeah, it's such a gorgeous yarn to work with, but it is of course very pricey because all of Rowan's yarns are very pricey. So it's really nice to be able to get something similar but for not quite as expensive. Now it's definitely a bit of a, like, I don't know how you explain it, maybe more rough, like a harsher wool, because I think the Rowan Alpaca Soft DK uses virgin wool, so it's like the first fleece cut, it's like lamb's wool I think, which makes it much softer, whereas this I think just uses wool and alpaca mix, but it's absolutely lovely. I really want to knit myself something in this. As I say, I have made a hat which was really nice to wear against the skin, but I'd quite like to make myself a cardigan at some point, so maybe later on this year I might knit something in Drops Lima. We sell it at work as well, so I'm always like, we get to have so many shades at work, which is really lovely. I work at the Cotswold Sewing Centres, and yeah, I'm always like, oh, so nice. And actually that is, I'm wearing Drops today. This pink cardigan is the Serene Forest cardigan, which is a Drops pattern that's free on their website, and this is Drops Air, which is a Aran weight yarn. This is a blown yarn. So blown yarn is like a netted tube where they blow the fibres in, so this is a mix of alpaca and wool fibres that have been blown in, so it's really lightweight but really cozy and warm. I just want to wear more like spring colours. I know it's only the 1st of February, but I think I'm just getting like ready for spring. I don't know if that's made the lighting better or worse. I don't know if it's now going to be ridiculously dark, but yeah, we'll see. I might be able to lighten it up when I edit, but yeah, I'll give you some close-up shots of this Moby sweater, so that you can see it's so lovely and detailed. It's been such a treat to work. As I say, like, I am a textural knitter. That's what I love. That makes me happiest. I like to do cables and lace and bobbles. I just love it. I like to work in one colour. I'm not a colour work knitter at all, and I think it's been really good for me actually. It was in 2023 that I really just like accepted that and was like, you know what, this makes me so happy. I enjoy my knitting the most when I knit like this, and that kind of realization has really helped like sort of tone down the noise, because I feel like it gets a bit there's like so many patterns that you could knit, so many lovely things that come up on Instagram that I think, oh, that's nice, or I'd like to make that, and like, you know, knowing like what to make, it gets quite stressful, what to spend your money on as well. And I think now that I have actually reached a point where personally I feel my textural knitting has got to quite a high standard, like a high enough standard for me, I think that's just something that I really want to keep going with. I think I'd like to explore things like I've never made shawls, that would be something nice to do this year, and also like textured socks. I've only ever made stocking net stitch socks. That's quite hard to say. So I think, you know, it's there are ways that I can sort of explore and take it further, and obviously like trying different cables and more complicated patterns. This is my most complicated cable pattern yet, but yeah, I'm just loving it. I think like as soon as it took a little while, I think it took about 20 rows to get the pattern like straight in my head, like so that I could remember what I was doing when, but now like it's just so easy. I mean, the sleeves haven't got half the pattern on it, so like the crisscross on the front aren't on the sleeves, it's just a cable and then basically some moss stitch and stuff, so the sleeves are super easy. But yeah, I am just really enjoying it. I'm hoping to finish this fairly soon because I really would like my husband to get a bit of wear out of it, but at the moment the weather is unseasonably warm. It's like 12 degrees most days, so he wouldn't be wearing it anyway, I guess, unless he wore it without a coat when we were like out and about, but I think it's going to be a very cozy jumper, so I think it'll probably be one that he pulls out in October next year rather than wearing it too much this year, but that's okay. Yeah, so my other project that I'm working on at the moment is a sock, which I started on New Year's Eve actually. I knitted one sock over Christmas because I wanted something really easy because I was very unwell and I just wanted something that I could just chill with, and then on New Year's Eve we spent New Year's in a shepherd's hut in the Lake District, which was lovely, and we watched movies and it was just really, really nice. So yeah, I cast on a sock and did all of the ribbing so that I could sit the next day and knit on the way home, because like stocking net stitch socks are my like sort of car knitting, like don't have to think about it. I also often take them to like a crafting group or something, you know, when you want to like chat to people. So I nearly always have a stocking net stitch sock on the go. So yeah, that's what I've currently got. As I say, I'll get some shots of that as well for you so you can see. It's made in James Makes Yarn's beautiful, beautiful hand-dyed yarn. Reminds me of a winter Monet painting. It is stunning. I actually think it's from the Taylor Swift collection, but you know, being me, this like homesteading, jazz listening, dress wearing girl, Taylor Swift, I don't really listen to Taylor Swift, I don't really listen to any modern music, don't have anything against it, it's just not my style. So I looked at the yarn and went, oh my goodness, that reminds me of a Monet painting. Which my husband thought was quite funny. But yeah, I picked that up at the Cotswold Wool weekend, and I've got another one from him as well, like a gorgeous pink, like this one's mostly blues and purples with a bit of pink, whereas the other one I've got is pink with blues and purples. And I kind of bought them thinking that I would have leftovers and that I'd be able to then do some contrast socks as well with like a cuff and a toe and things like that. So yeah, I think once I finish this jumper for my husband, my next job will be fixing my yellow cardigan. I shared this on my Instagram stories the other day. You may remember the golden yarn that I bought back over the summer, that I wanted to knit myself a beautiful golden cardigan for autumn, and I did, but sadly it didn't fit right after I blocked it. I mean, to be fair, before I blocked it, it was a bit big, and then after I blocked it, it was huge. And essentially what happened was I have quite narrow shoulders, so I have to do a narrow shoulder adjustment, and this pattern was one that I made up by myself. So it was a little bit harder to get the fit right, and all I need to do, because it was knit in pieces as well, is take it apart and take the shoulders in, so like under the arm, like bring it in further, and then everything should be fine. I think the sleeves will then move up, and like the whole thing will be like, because it's supposed to be a slightly cropped cardigan, all of that will like sort itself out, at least I hope so. So that's the plan. But excitingly, I sort of thought, like, I think I put it away because I was like, I'm not going to get it done now in time for autumn, and all these lovely like fabrics and that I'd like made into dresses for autumn that went with this yarn, and so I just kind of lost my mojo with it completely. And then I realised that I've got a dress already, a spring dress, that, well, I say spring, it's probably more of a summer because it's white and I don't normally wear white with tights. I'd normally have it like bare legs, so it's probably summer. But anyway, I've got this summer dress that would go really nicely with that cardigan, and then also there's some fabric from work that I'm making for something for work. I'm making a Davenport dress as a blog post for work, and it's a Morris print, and it's got some golden flowers throughout it, which I think are literally the perfect colour to go with this cardigan. So that's really sort of ignited the like energy for that cardigan again because I'm basically like, I've got a couple of dresses to wear it with in spring and summer. So I think it's going to be similar to my Nora cardigan, if you guys remember that, with the kind of, it's like a grey tealy colour that goes with some dresses basically all year round. It goes really nicely with some spring dresses and summer dresses, goes really nicely with a couple of autumn and winter dresses, and so that's basically getting wear all year round, apart from like the height of summer when it's boiling hot because it's merino. So it's really nice that this yellow cardigan, I think, is going to be the same. I think it's going to get a lot of wear in the autumn, winter and spring, which makes me very happy because, you know, obviously like knitting your own clothes, it's quite a lot of work, so it's quite nice for it to be able to get a lot of wear. So I think that's the next project after this, which hopefully should be quite a quick project. Obviously got to do it like quite a lot of, I think it's about 22 centimeters of knitting on the back and the front. Then I'll have to redo the collar and the button. Sorry, the camera cut off there. Yeah, then I'll have to like redo the button bands and everything, but it should be a fairly quick knit, I think, which will be nice. And then the next thing I really want to do is, I've been desperate to knit a Stella quilt cushion, the pattern by Penrose Knits. Hello, Pearl. She's always asking for cuddles when I'm knitting, and I'm always like trying to knit, and she's just like this. She's very demanding, aren't you? Yeah, I'd like to knit a Stella quilt cushion. We've been slowly redecorating the lounge, and we've got to a stage now where we're very almost done. I need to make a blind, which I've been putting off for ages because it's the first time I've ever made a Roman blind. I'm a bit nervous about it, but I need to make a blind to match the curtain that I made, and I really need to make some cushions for the sofa and the armchair, and one of those that I want to make is the Stella quilt cushion by Penrose Knits. I think that will look really nice on the armchair in the corner of the room. The armchair doesn't get used very often because we only use it when we have guests, so it'll be a bit of a feature cushion, which I think is quite nice. And I think the cushions on the sofa, I'm going to keep those fabric because I'll be a bit less precious about them. And I've got some really nice dark purple tweed fabric from Yorkshire, spun, woven in Yorkshire, which is really nice because that's a big thing for me, is trying to, like, we bought a lot of stuff secondhand and we've upcycled it, we've made a lot of stuff, and then other stuff we've got a lot of like British wool, bringing a lot of nice textures and things. So yeah, that's the plan, is a Stella quilt cushion will be my next knitting project after the yellow cardigan. And then then I'm gonna start working on another cardigan for my birthday, but I'll be sharing all of this in upcoming videos anyway, so there'll be like lots of knit and chats this year, and lots of vlogs and lots of catching up, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm hoping I'm only a couple of weeks away from finishing the Moby. I'm kind of hoping to finish the first sleeve by, so today's Thursday, the 1st of February, I'm hoping to finish it by maybe tomorrow evening, Friday evening, and then get started on the next sleeve over the weekend, and then maybe by the end of next week I'll have that sleeve done and I can do the collar, and then it just needs blocking. That would be really nice, because I kind of sort of said in my head, like, I was supposed to have it done for our anniversary, which is in the middle of January, and that just wasn't going to happen because I didn't start it until much later than I wanted to because of how ill I was. So I think I said I was going to try and get it done for Valentine's Day, and we're sort of on track for that, which is quite nice to be able to give it to him on Valentine's Day. I think I might make a little something extra to go with it. I haven't got time to knit anything extra, but I think I might make some fudge. I might make him some whiskey fudge. I'm hoping he's not going to watch this video. He doesn't normally watch my videos. So I might make some heart-shaped whiskey fudge and then wrap it all up for Valentine's Day. We're not actually huge on Valentine's Day. Like, we don't go crazy, but we do quite like to use it as an opportunity to like go on a nice date or have some food that we wouldn't normally have, and like spend some time together. But this year Valentine's is on a Wednesday, and we've actually got a friend staying from the Wednesday until the Sunday, and we're busy the weekend before, so we might celebrate Valentine's Day on the Tuesday, a day early maybe, we'll see. Who knows, but yeah, I'm hoping to get the Moby done for Valentine's. I think that would be really, really nice. And then he's been hinting a lot about me sewing him a pair of pajamas and a shirt. So we might have to make him his first hand sewn item as well at some point this year. He really wants like a linen or cotton, like crushed sort of cotton shirt. And I've got a pattern from Sew Over It that I got for free. So I think I may end up making that soon. Maybe I'll make him a shirt for my birthday. We'll see. I could always see it like make one that like matches the fabric of my dress, because I'm turning 30 this year, so I'm having a birthday party and I'm making a really nice dress. So I don't know, I'll have a think about that. But yeah, I think I will leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this little vlog. Just sort of little first day of February, enjoying the snowdrops, and yeah, it's such a beautiful day today. It's been lovely with all the sunshine and stuff, and we've made some candles as well, being in bulk and Candlemas. I feel like it's the right time to be making some candles. I don't think they will be set to be lighting them tonight, but we have some other candles we can light, and then we'll put those ones around the house later in the week, I think. You see, I just like not gonna get any knitting done today because somebody wants all the cuddles. This is her little jumper because she's cold. Anyone who has a greyhound or knows about greyhounds will know that they have no body fat and hardly any fur. So in the winter they need copious amounts of jumpers. She has 2 that I've knitted for her. There is actually another one upstairs which isn't finished yet, which I need to put a border on. And then I've also got lots of leftover fabric from making myself jumper dresses and t-shirt dresses that will make some good, like it's just enough to make something for the dog. So she's gonna get some matching outfits to me, I think. But yes, she is in a very cuddly mood today, so I'm not sure I'm gonna get much knitting done this afternoon. But yeah, leave me a comment and let me know what you're currently working on. Let me know what your plans are for February. And yeah, I will see you in another video. I think next week's video is going to be a early spring makes plan video. Plans video. Did I say that right? Early spring makes plans video, yeah, because it's multiple spring makes. So the things that I'm planning to make, I mean, we've just kind of talked about a load of them here, haven't we? But go into more detail in that video. So yeah, make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Oh, and also I should probably say thank you so much to everyone who's been subscribing to my Substack, especially those who subscribed as paid subscribers. It's a really great way to support my content creation on here and on Instagram, and then you also get a weekly email with all sorts of different things, feature articles, how-tos, seasonal celebrations, all to do with living a handmade, homegrown and slow life. So I'll pop the link to my Substack below and you can check that out. But yeah, thanks so much for watching guys, and I will speak to you next time. Bye!